The man must always be posted at the platoon leader's radio to handle orders and warnings promptly. As always, concealment is of great importance at the halt. Use anything that screens you from the enemy's view. And remember, he has observers in the air as well as on the ground. Dispersion and firepower at the short halt are 2 points so closely knit that they can be treated as one security measure. Just as they were on the march, guns should be trained so as to cover all the avenues of approach.
The enemy ship sank.
And each tank must have a man stationed at the guns in the turret. The distance between any two tanks at the short halt during a march must never be less than 75 yards. When tanks are properly spaced, bombs may fall between the tanks without damaging any of them. Even in the case of a hit, one enemy bomb can't get more than one tank. When the 10 minutes are up, the tanks move out on signal. They go right into column without stopping on the road to form. Those are the security measures for the short halt. At the long halt, the same rules apply, and a few more besides. At longer halts, your outfit may pull further off the road. In this event, a man must be posted near the road to watch for the company commander's signal to resume the march. At long halts, it's necessary to dig prone shelters. They're protection against flying shell fragments, and many a soldier owes his life to a prone shelter. Eat while you work. It may not be good for the digestion, but first echelon maintenance is too important to wait. Good concealment is, as always, most important. Since at long halts your column may pull well off the road, wipe out all tracks running to your halting areas. Make use of anything that will hide you from the enemy, and be sure to stay in the shade. Follow it with your vehicle as the sun moves.
Threat in the air.
When there is no other concealment, get out that camouflage net.
Oh my god, camouflage netting was the bane of my life. I absolutely hated camouflaging up the Warriors, or any other vehicles, the Crafts, whatever. They tend to have bolts, catches, levers, did I say levers? Sorry, levers, switches, anything else you can ever think of that a cam net would get attached to, it would get attached to. It was just a nightmare. It was horrible to do. And at the end of the day, a lot of us bitched and moaned and complained about, oh, we shouldn't be doing this, you know, there's so much technology nowadays that can see these things from the sky anyway. I agree, and I bitched myself about it a little bit, but again, the simplistics of an infantryman from a long distance seeing a silhouetted tank in an open field or in a wood line compared to a vehicle that does have a cam net on. The difference between seeing that vehicle from just using the eyeball from long distance is huge. And yes, it's a pain in the ass setting them up. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, there are technologies now that can catch the vehicle out, you know, from 20 miles away. However, the principle still stands, is that if you can at least defeat the eyeball, then you have the potential to defeat other potential viewing aids that can find your vehicle. And that, to me, is something I think we've dropped the ball on for sure in the last 10 years or so of armoured doctrine. Because I know for myself, when I was serving, camouflaging and setting up positions was really a very low priority. We never really did it much for the most part because we knew we were going to move on to the next area. But as a REME soldier, we didn't move on as much as most of the other units did. We set up position, follow the boys forward, and depending on what line you're in, second or first line, you'd set up camp preparing the boys for repair, you know? And they'd call you out, and you'd drive out, go to the front line, you'd bring them back, we'd prepare at the front and come back again. You'd always have your camouflage position in place. The first line units is obviously not practical at all, but the second and third line, of course it's practical, having camouflage up.